in the room here. Ok, bienvenue à tous pour ces journées OTB. On va commencer. C'est pas trop fort, ça va? C'est bon? On va peut-être faire un événement en mode, à voir, parce que on est majoritairement français, mais we are very pleased to welcome William and Ferdinand from Norway. They made a very long trip to come and visit us and visit Toulouse for this OTB days. So maybe I can make the introduction in English. After that, the slides are in English. And we can maybe speak French. If you want, you can ask any question, and we will translate in English. And as you will see, the Orfeo ToolBox days will be where we'll have some presentations this morning, some presentation tomorrow morning, and a lot of brainstorming and kind of code sprint stuff during the afternoon to define the roadmap. So first, I'd like to thank CS, which is the company that maintains and develops Orfeo ToolBox, and I come from CNES, the French Space City. And at CNES, we are funding Orfeo ToolBox. That means that we put a lot of money every year so that they can work with us on Orfeo ToolBox. So who we are here is the core team of the core developers of Orfeo ToolBox. Thibaut, Tristan, Axel, their project manager, and Julien, which is who is also a developer, a remote developer in Normandy. For technical aspect, you can connect to Wi-Fi with this code. I think you've seen it. The Wi-Fi network. The slides will be published on the internet after the event, and Julien is making an audio record. So if you connect to Twitter or to I don't know which platform, or to LinkedIn, you can have the link and follow this wonderful introduction. Thank you. Okay. No. Sorry. I'm trying to be serious. At least a few minutes. So the objectives of the ToolBox Day of OTB Days is to meet together with the user community of Orfeo ToolBox. To understand how you use Orfeo ToolBox, because Orfeo ToolBox is a huge software, is a big toolbox with a lot of ways to use it, and we always want to understand how people use it, which context, what kind of images. If you are developing some processing chains, for example, with Python on Orfeo ToolBox, we are very interested in knowing how you do, because it's a subject that which is the main subject for us to define how Orfeo ToolBox has to evolve in the software ecosystem, in Python ecosystem, for example. And the idea is that at the end of this OTB days, we are able to define the roadmap for versions OTB 11. At that time, we are developing OTB 10, and we will test OTB 10 beta version tomorrow. And we want to plan future evolutions for Orfeo ToolBox. So the idea. Okay, so today we are Thursday, so we begin by some presentations by Tristan and Thibaut about evolutions between OTB 8 and OTB 9, the roadmap to OTB 10. Then several presentations about SAR processing. First, a presentation by Thierry Colec about S1 tiling. And then, in fact, two presentations about S1 tiling on the Python orchestrator. Okay. And then another presentation by Dara about some works about land cover classification with SAR data. We will have lunch here in this room, and after that, We will have one presentations by our friends of Norway about a cloud-free Sentinel-2 mosaic with Maya on WASP. Then presentations by Rémi about some remote modules for deep learning. Rémi is an active developer in
You are currently the only person in this conference.
3 years ago, he presented us some OTB, kind of a smart interface to use Orfeo ToolBox from Python, and we'll see about that later. And then we will start the brainstorming activity. So we'll have some post-its here, some paperboard, and we'll try to answer some questions. How are you using OTB now? Why do you use it? What is the love and hate or gains and pains of a toolbox? And we will speak about modularizations because Orfeo ToolBox, since version 9, is decomposed in different modules: OTB core, OTB features extraction, OTB machine learning, and so on. And from OTB 10 and further versions, the different modules will be located in different Git repositories. So except OTB core, all the other modules will be kind of remote modules that you can install quite easily to enhance your Orfeo ToolBox installation. Okay, and tomorrow with Guillaume, we will present Pluto. Pluto is a CNES initiative to try to make a map of all the tools used in remote sensing and data extraction. For now, it's a portal of that gives access to a lot of tools, of tips, tutorials, recipes about how to use these tools. The objective is to make a kind of a user community around these tools, and to try to develop the right glue between the libs we want to use to make processing, to make image processing in the future years. It's a complementary of a toolbox. Pluto is not a software, at least for now, it's only a portal, but the objective at CNES is to continue to maintain Orfeo ToolBox and to develop other softwares, other glue between tools in order to follow developer and people expectations about image processing in Python, especially. Okay, so after we will have a kind of a small code sprint where you will use a beta version of OTBDs. You will use a QGIS plugin. If you don't know how to install it, we can show you. We can discover PyOTB because on the afternoon we will talk about Python interface, about it will be a big session of brainstorming about Python interface, about compatibility with other libraries in Python environment, like XRF, for example. And we will talk about all that. And we will finish by discussions about OTB roadmap for the next few years until the next time we will see and meet together. I forgot something in the previous slides, is that for brave people, if you want, you can maybe we will try to find ways to think about hydration, because when we make some sports, cerebral sport like today, it's important to drink something to recover from all the efforts we make during the day, and maybe a beer and a pizza will be fine if you want to recover from the day. So maybe we will. It will be the occasion to visit Toulouse with people coming from Norway, if you want. And for people who are free after the event, we can find a bar and have some beers. Okay. a few days, a few words before letting my colleagues speak about Orfeo ToolBox. A few years ago, in fact, in the COVID years, you remember we were all of a mask. We were thinking about Orfeo ToolBox future, and Orfeo ToolBox became something very, very, very big, like an. The moment disappeared. Okay. Wow. Okay. And Orfeo ToolBox became this kind of big mammoth, and it's big, it's heavy, it's hard to move. And at NES, we have okay, we can't go that way. We can't continue to feed the mammoth and to make it bigger and bigger. And so we thought there are two solutions. One solution is try to make some sport and to to get a smart and nice young mammoth. And maybe the other solution is to think, okay, people don't want mammoth anymore, they want something else, something that has another appearance and something very, very different, and it would be the other options. At that time, what we can say is that we have lightened the mammoth. We have took that solution, but we are still hearing expectations from users, and maybe it's time to also think about other solutions, and maybe to mix goats with young and very nice goats with mammoth and obtain I don't know what. So this is the kind of objective of these 2 days, to think about what you are using, how you like with ToolBox, what you don't like in it, and tell us and give us some feedback. So just a few words, because these were the conclusions of ToolBox days 3 years ago. We were in that room during 3 days. We had very good time, and you can go on that in the blog, and you will see that these conclusions, and you will have access to the slide one. And in fact, what we said at that time, it was we want better integration of our ToolBox on Python. We want about remote modules, maybe to clarify remote status of some remote modules, and also to improve hybrid remote modules. That means remote modules with OTB code in C++, plus some Python interface or Python scripts and so on, maybe to improve that. We wanted to focus on kind of what we call OTB core, which is the main applications of a ToolBox plus other modules. We wanted to clarify of a ToolBox ecosystem. I mean, the graphical interface, QGIS, Monteverdi, the different operating systems that we support, and so on. And we wanted to go toward a kind of a ToolBox LTS, long-term support, by grouping obsolete platforms, interfaces, and make a focus on OTB core on new sensors compatibility. And I'm very glad of these conclusions, because as you will see in the next presentations, this is more or less what we've done during these years. We still have some efforts to make about Python, about of a ToolBox with Python libraries, Python ecosystem, but we are in the right way. And we've chosen that light mammoth. And I'm glad to finish this introduction. We have some good Morgan. We made some effort. Good Morgan, is that okay? Yeah. Good Morgan is like have a nice day. Have a nice OTB day, and thank you now to Tristan and Thibaut for next presentations. Thank you.